bodybuilders have not been looking as aesthetic as they used to in the 70s. What this is coming from is, they call this GH gut, but it's a distended abdomen. So even though they're lean, so these guys aren't holding a lot of body fat, but they have big muscularity, and they have, and I don't want to put pictures on the screen of anyone in particular. I'm just going to be very generic about this because I don't want to make fun of anybody, because it sucks. Like, these guys train for years and years and years, and all of a sudden their gut's big and it just doesn't look good. And this is, you see this in open bodybuilding. And so a lot of people had assumed this was from the practice of very advanced bodybuilders taking insulin and growth hormone together. This is something you should never do. But it turns out that's not it. Hi, my name is Jaquish. I'm a doctor of biomedical engineering, which gives me a unique perspective. Today, I want to talk about some news about a study that came out recently. Gotta admit, I was very entertained when I read the summary of the study, which was put out by my good friend Menno Henselmans. It is about the excessive organ growth problem. So I'm sure all of you have heard about what's called GH gut, or how bodybuilders, in fact, even Arnold Schwarzenegger would make fun of some bodybuilders and say, you know, hey, pull a vacuum, which means pull in your stomach like this. And, you know, then they go through their posing routine, because the idea is to be aesthetic. You want to show large muscularity in your upper body. You want to show a very lean, trim waist, and then the musculature of the lower body. That's part of bodybuilding, I guess. But in the recent years, and by recent I probably mean like 15, bodybuilders have not been looking as aesthetic as they used to in the 70s. What this is coming from is, they call this GH gut, but it's a distended abdomen. So even though they're lean, so these guys aren't holding a lot of body fat, but they have big muscularity, and they have, and I don't want to put pictures on the screen of anyone in particular. I'm just going to be very generic about this because I don't want to make fun of anybody, because it sucks. Like, these guys train for years and years and years, and all of a sudden their gut's big and it just doesn't look good. And this is, you see this in open bodybuilding. And so a lot of people had assumed this was from the practice of very advanced bodybuilders taking insulin and growth hormone together. This is something you should never do. But it turns out that's not it. So they had a study that controlled, had a group that had insulin and growth hormone. And, well, I say group, these were observational. So they looked for people who, for 6 years in length, had consistently taken over 1 gram of anabolics. And then there were people who took anabolics and used growth hormone and insulin. And what they found was that the people who were using growth hormone and insulin and low levels of anabolics didn't have the organ growth. But the people who were using anabolics over 1 gram and for 6 years had 44% larger organs in their abdomen. Now, so it turns out that it's steroids that are causing this. And now, why are we seeing it in the open class bodybuilders but not in the classic physique bodybuilders, who are the guys that wear the swim trunks? Or no, wait, that's class. I think that's just called physique. And then classic bodybuilding, they don't wear the board shorts, but they have smaller waists. You're kind of rewarded from a scoring standpoint to be very athletic looking. What's the difference? Well, I think the IFBB, the International Federation of Bodybuilding, they didn't know what was causing this phenomenon. But this is new. This is new to all of us. So this is sort of just found out. So over the course of the last few years, they created these other classes, not knowing what was causing this giant stomach issue, but just realizing that the people who don't have to be as big on stage don't have this problem. But the people who have been training the longest, who are in open class, and they want to be as big as possible, they seem to have this problem. So now we know what it's from. Now, taking over 1 gram of anabolics for 6 years straight is crazy. The typical testosterone replacement therapy dosage is 150 milligrams per week. And these guys were taking 1,000 milligrams or 1 gram per week. Like, you can't really have a conversation about the two. And coincidentally, I'm sure this is going to be a surprise to absolutely nobody, the comments from fitness commenters in general are really exceptionally, spectacularly stupid. Mostly because there's a lot of steroid users in the comments and they don't like this. So they're going to argue with, I guess, the scientific study, which is not really something you can argue with. And you can certainly offer conflicting research, but there isn't any. Really, all they should be saying is, boy, this is an outcome I don't like. But they attack it, and it's a great example. If you look at Menno's thread on Instagram, steroid use associated with 44% bigger organs, new study warns. It's amazing how many people are just absolutely upset. Also, how many people are bashing testosterone replacement therapy, saying it's the same thing, not realizing that the difference between TRT and the people who have this problem is 150 milligrams versus 1,000 milligrams. That's a huge difference. So I just want to put that in perspective. Like, replacement dosages they try to be physiologic, as in replacing what's supposed to be there. Some people go a little bit higher than that, and it doesn't seem to have the same kind of consequences of these mega dosing people. This is super interesting to me. I find it funny because the comments are like crazy. I don't really read my own comments too much. Usually when I answer comments, because somebody sent me a link to it, like one of the people in company staff, like, hey, can you answer this question? Mostly because so many things in the comments are just stupid. Like people thinking steroid use and TRT is the same thing. Or somebody that says, this guy takes a lot of TRT. Well, there's no such thing as a lot of TRT, because the R in TRT means replacement, which means specific amount. So, great example of just how chaotic and ridiculous fitness commenters are. But also, I think this is just a really interesting finding. It's an important one. It's a great example of why people shouldn't do these types of drugs, especially for long periods of time. Like I think the IFBB, they didn't know when they created these other classes of bodybuilding what was causing the distended abdomens, but they knew that the guys who don't need to be as big don't have this problem. So they created 2 classes where it doesn't seem to happen. Now, some would say these people are just taking less of the anabolic drugs, so they're not having this level of problem. Others will say, oh no, they take exactly the same amount as everybody else does. Again, remember, fitness commenters, idiots. So again, they just don't know what they're talking about. So I would say the fact that this study exists and it has shown the conclusions it has shown really disproves that. I think the guys in the classic bodybuilding and physique categories are just by definition not doing the same thing as the guys in open class, because look at the organs, look at their abdomen. I hope this helped. This is definitely going to stimulate a lot of questions, probably making fun of a lot of bodybuilders. I'd like to encourage you guys not to do that. I mean, these guys are dedicated and they put a lot of work into this, and it's a bummer that they all of a sudden, as they get to the highest levels of development, don't look so good anymore with their big abdomens. There's really nothing they can do about it, so it's too bad. But this is a warning, and it's a great piece of information, and spread the word. Tell your friends about it. I've always tried and make the case that cycles of steroids are just not something you want to do. I hope this helped. Ask questions. Thanks. We'll see you on the next one.
If this video helped you, I want you to subscribe and follow. I'm going to put out videos on a regular basis. I think they're going to help a whole lot of people, especially if you're one of those people that doesn't just instantly grow from lifting regular weights. We've got the answer for you.